We now know that a single terrorist detonated his improvised explosive device near one of the exits of the venue, deliberately choosing the time and place to cause maximum carnage and to kill and injure indiscriminately. The explosion coincided with the conclusion of a pop concert, which was attended by many young families and groups of children. All acts of terrorism are cowardly attacks on innocent people, but this attack stands out for its appalling, sickening cowardice, deliberately targeting innocent, defenseless children and young people who should have been enjoying one of the most memorable nights of their lives. As things stand, I can tell you that, in addition to the attacker, 22 people have died and 59 people have been injured. Those who were injured are being treated in 8 different hospitals across Greater Manchester. Many are being treated for life-threatening conditions. And we know that among those killed and injured were many children and young people. We struggle to comprehend the warped and twisted mind that sees a room packed with young children not as a scene to cherish, but as an opportunity for carnage. But we can continue to resolve to thwart such attacks in future, to take on and defeat the ideology that often fuels this violence, and if there turn out to be others responsible for this attack, to seek them out and bring them to justice. The police and security services believe that the attack was carried out by one man, but they now need to know whether he was acting alone or as part of a wider group. It will take some time to establish these facts, and the investigation will continue. The police and security services will be given all the resources they need to complete that task. The police and security services believe they know the identity of the perpetrator, but at this stage of their investigations, we cannot confirm his name. The police and emergency services have, as always, acted with great courage, and on behalf of the country, I want to express our gratitude to them. They acted in accordance with the plans they have in place and the exercises they conduct to test those plans, and they performed with the utmost professionalism. The threat level remains at severe. That means that a terrorist attack remains highly likely. But the Independent Joint Terrorism Analysis Centre, which sets the threat level on the basis of the intelligence available to them, will continue to assess this throughout today and in the days ahead. At terrible moments like these, it is customary for leaders, politicians, and others to condemn the perpetrators and declare that the terrorists will not win. But the fact that we have been here before, and the fact that we need to say this again, does not make it any less true. For as so often while we experienced the worst of humanity in Manchester last night, we also saw the best. The cowardice of the attacker met the bravery of the emergency services and the people of Manchester. The attempt to divide us met countless acts of kindness that brought people closer together. And in the days ahead, those must be the things we remember. The images we hold in our minds should not be those of senseless slaughter, but of the ordinary men and women who put concerns about their own safety to one side and rushed to help. Of the men and women of the emergency services who worked tirelessly to bring comfort, to help, and to save lives. Of the messages of solidarity and hope of all those who opened their homes to the victims. For they are the images that embody the spirit of Manchester and the spirit of Britain, a spirit that through years of conflict and terrorism has never been broken and will never be broken. There will be difficult days ahead. We offer our thoughts and prayers to the family and friends of those affected. We offer our full support to the authorities, the emergency and the security services as they go about their work. And we all, every single one of us, stand with the people of Manchester at this terrible time. And today, let us remember those who died, and let us celebrate those who helped, safe in the knowledge that the terrorists will never win, and our values, our country, and our way of life will always prevail.
This morning when I heard about the attack at the Manchester Arena, I must admit to it bringing tears to my eyes, and they were equal parts sadness and anger. All throughout today I have seen and heard person after person attempt to defend certain beliefs and values by stating the attacker was a mentally unstable, lone wolf who does not represent the ideals of anyone but himself. And of course, those of all the ISIS members celebrating his actions, and all the other terrorists who were mentally ill lone wolves who acted alone without a premeditated doctrine. The clear majority of the patrons of the Manchester Arena last night were teenage girls, where 22 of them have paid the ultimate price because still nobody is willing to address the real issue. I am still angry. I am disgusted at the way this is being played down by the fucking media. Go on, BBC, say his fucking name so everybody knows who he was. Instead, you doubled down on the comments you made after the attack in London earlier this year, and I am here to tell you now that no, we are not going to lie down and just accept this as a part of life in Europe now. Then to top it off, the Independent rein in by inferring that the problem will just go away if we ignore it. Really, will it now? Because we've been ignoring it for fucking decades. The youngest person to have died was 8 years old. I'll allow you to put yourself in the shoes of that young girl for a moment. Imagine the excitement that would have bestowed her just as she was entering the venue to see what would undoubtedly be her first live concert, without a clue that it would also be her last. The unravelling of this event has made me nothing else but angrier and angrier at the way people are treating it, as though the individuals who lost their lives aren't fucking important. Why am I reading statuses and tweets using these events to ostracise Theresa May and Donald Trump? Why does it matter that Donald Trump spoke publicly about the attack before our own Prime Minister? What does it matter that he said he condemned the terrorists? Thousands of people were talking about it even before Donald Trump on Twitter and Facebook. I don't care if you're voting Labour or Conservative come June 8th. If you are using this tragic event to forward your political bias, then you are more of a vile, verminous, and lamentable cunt than even the attacker was. I wanted to end this with the names of all 22 of those who lost their lives just innocently enjoying a night of live music, but thus far only 3 names have been released. However, I do urge you to join me in 2 minutes of silence in honour of them all. Thank you.